Why, hello there, and welcome to the Soul Sister channel on this Sunday, April the 6th. My name is Kat. Got your astrological spiritual forecast and guidance going from today through Saturday, April the 12th, almost tax day. This week's video is entitled Chaos! The reason for that is, well, we do have some major energy shifts this week. Thank goodness we have Mercury going direct on Monday. We have a full moon on Saturday in Libra, along with Venus going direct, along with Passover, which begins at sundown on Saturday. So we have some shifts ahead. Those retrogrades. Let's talk about that Mercury retrograde. Thank goodness that sucker's almost gone, almost direct. I don't know. I just have to tell, it was a pretty hilarious Mercury retrograde for me. Let me just give you my litany of Mercury retrograde issues. My remote control to my TV stopped working. The remote control to my garage door stopped working. The water in my refrigerator stopped working, coming out of the little chute there. My Roomba decided it was going to start cleaning at 4 a.m. on a day that it's not even scheduled to come out. My prescription didn't go to the drugstore, it went to the hospital. I am not kidding you. I am not kidding you. And I came back to my first yoga class and got there and it was canceled. So you have to find the humor in it. I wanted to share this with you because really, these are all Mercury retrograde hiccups. Usually they're annoying like this and not too intense, but it just, I needed to get some things done, especially in this past week. And I'm like, you need to get started. You need to give it extra time because Mercury is really messing with you this time around. Anyway, glad to see is going direct. Goes to direct on Monday this week. So that is awesome news. Okay, let's talk about chaos. Now, I am pretty sure all of us are experiencing chaos in some way, shape, or form. We've got the outer world chaos. Now, remember, outer world is just a reflection of our inner world. So, all this outer world chaos that we're seeing is a reflection of what's going on within all of us. So, all of us are experiencing chaos in our outer and inner lives. And this week, I want to talk about the use of chaos and how to come back to center, how to come back to our home and our peace. And we're going to need to really get in touch with that and utilize that not only this week, but as we continue to go through this major energy shift from Pisces to Aquarius. So the outer world is pummeling us, pummeling us. We need to do this to be better. We need to do that. We need to go here. We need to buy this. One of my favorite topics, and it's probably controversial, but the weight loss shot. The weight loss shot fascinates me because we aren't loving and accepting who we truly are. We are taking a shot so we fit into other people's opinions of what a perfect body looks like, instead of embracing who we truly are. As long as our body is our temple, we need to care for it. We need to give it rest, exercise, good nutrition. We also need to meditate. It's so important, all of those things we need. As long as we're doing that, who gives a shit what the outer world is saying? Well, who gives a shit what the outer world thinks we need to look like? And it's such a perfect example. It's about being healthy. It's not how we look. So that is my little soapbox thing that kind of sums up. It's a good example of what this chaos we have inside, trying to keep up with everyone's what everyone thinks we need to be doing, what we're trying to keep up with being accepted. And now the outer world is in total chaos, and nobody knows what's going to come next. There's lots of fear, lots of angst. And so now it's even more important that we learn to come home. We have a full moon in Libra on Saturday. We have Venus in Pisces making all kinds of connections throughout the week. Venus rules Libra. And so I can sit and talk about, we could find the true love of our lives. We could find our soulmate. All these things are possible with the energy this week. But the relationship I want to talk to us about is our relationship with self. And because Venus is in Pisces, we have the ability to really get in touch with who we truly are, with our spiritual self. We need to remember that we are spiritual beings in a physical body. We are spiritual first. And when we learn to contact that part of ourselves, we will find all the answers that we need to navigate this life journey, and without getting sucked down into the rabbit hole of the fear and the lack and the angst and the unworthiness that the outer world loves to throw at us. You know why? Do you know why that is, guys? Because they control us better. They can manipulate us better. If we are scrambled, we have scrambled eggs for brains, and we're out here trying to please everyone instead of ourselves, we're just one big chaotic mess, right? And we don't feel good about ourselves. We're exhausted all the time. We're depressed. This week, we are going to come back to self. How do we do that? Well, my favorite topic is meditation. But I want to expand that idea, because any time that we just sit with ourselves and listen, just listen without jumping in and directing the thoughts or judging the thoughts, just listen. We will start getting the answers, the guidance that we're looking for. We are going to find how we can come back to our peace. So this is important, to take time every day. I like to say 5 minutes. I'm going to say we're going to need 10 minutes at least with what's going on today. So the next thing I want to talk about, coming home to self and canceling out the chaos in our lives, is we find a physical space. I want us to find a physical space this week, wherever it is, that is our sacred space, that we know when we come to this space that we are home and we can come back to our balance and our peace. Find a physical space. I have an old wingback chair. This sucker is like, I'm going to say 30 years old. The cats have ripped the shit out of it. It's just hanging by a thread, but it's my sacred space. And pretty much I only use the chair for meditative purposes, to meditate, pretty much. And it's a sacred space. And, it's like when you come into this space on a regular basis, the universe goes, oh, here they come. Okay, let's start communicating. Okay, here's the connection. So the universe gets excited when we do our quiet and centering on a regular basis. And it will help us if we have a routine, a special physical space, whatever it is. Doesn't have to be in the house. We could go to the woods. We could go sit on the beach. We can go work in our garden. Whatever activity brings us peace and balance, that's what we're looking for this week. We're going to need to come back to this more and more and more as these energies keep shifting. It's not, we're not out of the woods. We're just coming into the woods, guys. This is just the beginning of the transition. So it's going to become more chaotic, more full of angst, more full of craziness. So we have to stay balanced and centered to successfully navigate this. I'm telling us, if we come back to ourselves, we start looking at the self and what the self wants to make it feel balanced and aligned, we will make it through any kind of shit the outer world throws at us. I like saying shit a lot today, don't I? We can handle anything. We have to find our home. We have to find our center. And that is what we're going to do this week. That is our challenge this week. That's our homework this week. Find our balance, find our quiet and centering place, space. And it doesn't have to be the same way all the time. It doesn't have to be the same place all the time. But understand this, the more consistency we have with our meditation and where we practice it, it's always difficult to discipline ourselves to do it. I mean, I've been meditating since like 1988, and every single day the little mind goes, oh, do we really need to do that today? Let's go do something else. Every day, still. But, you move through it and you discipline yourself. And the more consistency you have, the more profound results you will experience about developing this relationship with ourselves, with our spiritual selves. So that is the big stuff this week. We have Venus and Mercury both going direct. That's going to help us. Things are going to be a little bit more clear this week. If we felt we've been held back or there's been obstacles in something we're trying to accomplish, we can start looking at those to clear up this week. With the full moon in Libra on, what did I say that was on? On Saturday. Libra, as I said, is ruled by Venus. Venus is in Pisces this week, making lots of connections. So the relationship with the self is paramount. The relationship with the self where we can find our peace and our balance daily, even more than daily, moment by moment if necessary, as the outer world continues on its chaos and its craziness and working out the energies in the outer world. So really, really important. Stop listening to them. Stop paying attention to everyone else's opinion. Come back to self and listen to self this week. Listen to self. And then on Saturday evening, we do have Passover, which begins at sundown as well this week. What do I want? We got Venus going direct on Saturday. So, hey, I'll put a little tidbit in on date night. Venus is direct. So things, if our relationships have been a little bit obscure, a little bit muddled, we're kind of confused, this is going to clear up a lot on Saturday too, hopefully. So we'll be able to get to the bottom of whatever the issue is, see it a little bit clearly, and then we can go out, enjoy the evening with our partner. And if we have a good relationship, it's going to be romantic, and we are really going to enjoy the company of our love on Saturday. And if we don't have any lovers in our lives, some of us don't, it will be a really good time to relate with our friends, family, those we really enjoy hanging out with. We do have the moon in Libra, so she likes the finer things in life. She doesn't want to go to McDonald's on Saturday, okay? He wants to go to, I don't know, the fancy restaurant, Ruth Chris Steakhouse or something. So keep that in mind. Saturday can be a really, really good date night. Remember, we'll see things a little bit more clearly. So if we got to clear up any kind of issues, it should be easier on Saturday so that we can go out and have a good time together. Okay, back to ourselves. Remember who we are. Come home to self. We have got to remember we are not physical beings with a soul. We are souls with a physical body. And we will continue on after this whole thing goes away. We will continue on. We will glean the lessons from this life journey. And we will go from there. Because I don't really know what goes on the other side. I haven't done it yet. I'll let you know when I get there. So let's start the week by becoming balanced, aligned, and connected with our higher selves. We'll take our 3 deep cleansing breaths. Then we're going to say our Sun and Aries affirmation. Let's take our 3 deep cleansing breaths. Let's take the first one. On this first deep cleansing breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our physical etheric bodies. Second breath. On this second breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our emotional astral bodies. Third one. On this third deep cleansing breath, we release all disease, negativity, and toxicity from our mental bodies, both higher and lower. We see all the darkness, all the disease, toxicity, all the negativity. It's all flowing away. We see it flowing away from our bodies to wherever it came from. And in its place, we're being filled with this beautiful light, made up of white light, love, and goodwill. Not only does this light fill our entire bodies, it also is protecting us. It's deflecting all evil, all low vibration, all negativity, all toxicity back to wherever it came from. While we're in this space of white light connected with our higher self, with our spirit, with our souls, we will say the Sun in Aries affirmation. I am worthy. I am loved. I am an abundant. I attract love and abundance into my life. We'll say the affirmation. We'll stay in this space of white light connected with our higher selves for 5 seconds. I was ready to go already. Let's say the affirmation together. I am worthy. I am loved. I am abundant. I attract love and abundance into my life. Good. And as I think about this affirmation, we need to be saying this affirmation every day. We need to be saying this affirmation every time we find ourselves compromising ourselves, our true self, and our power just to fit into somebody else's story, to be accepted. We take our deep cleansing breaths. We say the affirmation. We don't have to compromise ourselves for anyone else. We are deserving of love, abundance, and gratitude. Not only do we deserve it, you guys, we get it. It's ours. The only reason we aren't worthy, we don't feel loved, we don't feel abundant is because we get in our own way. We allow the chaos of the outer world to strip that connection away from us, making us all crazy and chaotic, just like that is going on out there. Don't let that bullshit compromise who we truly are. We have to remain calm and collected, balanced and aligned as we move through this very discordant energy. So keep this affirmation, keep the breaths in our pocket this week. Use it every single day. Use it anytime we feel we're going out of control again. We don't know what the hell's going on. We got everything going this way and that way. Bring it back. Come back home to self. Come see me on Facebook at Soul Sister Cat for my daily inspirational oracle messages. I also like to post memes which are weird, quirky, funny, profound, and thought-provoking. And remember the keynote of the Soul Sister channel. This is the way we're going to get ourselves through this craziness. And I mean, as I said, we're just starting into it. It's not getting better anytime soon. Hear me. We have got to get our shit together, take our time, balance, align, come back to self, keep coming back to self. Don't let the outer world compromise ourselves and our power. Don't do it. Remember the keynote of the Soul Sister channel. Life is lived from the inside. This is where it's all happening. Out. So make it a great week. Do lots of centering, quieting, getting into our place, remembering who we are. Namaste.